Welcome to another section. In today's lesson, we are going to look at joining a client machine to a domain, and then also we'll be creating objects like user account using both the Active Directory users and computers tool under the tools, and then also be using the Active Directory Administrative Center to also navigate and then perform set basic tasks in terms of also using that one to create a user account. So without wasting much time, I have my Windows 10 already deployed. So if you can see, this is my Windows 10. So first of all, what I will do is I will change the computer name and then also set IP address on that. So I will click on my file explorer, then I'll right click on this PC, go to properties, and then under properties I'll come to the change under computer name, domain, and a work group settings. I'll just click on change settings, then I'll click on change again. Now I have access to change the computer name. So here the computer name that I'll use will be Win or Win hyphen 10. Then I'll click on OK, then wait. Okay, so it says restart. Click on OK to restart, close, restart now. So there's it. So we wait for the the restart to finish, then we go ahead to create or assign IP address to the Windows 10. We make sure that the Windows 10 is able to communicate with the server. The server should also be able to communicate with Windows 10. So now that we have the computer name change of this PC, let's verify. Go to properties once again, and then we can see that the computer name is now changed. Now the next thing is the IP address. Now don't forget that the address that I am using, which is my network, I am using 192.168.1.0 network. So if we cross check on the server, the IP address the server is using is 1.8 with a gateway of 1.2, subnet max default class C subnet max. So I'll come to my server, my Windows 10, right click on the network adapter, open network and sharing center, click on Ethernet. I'll go to properties, then I'll click on IP version 4 protocol properties. Use the following IP address. So I have to assign, so I'll be giving my Windows 10 1.5. so I have 192, num key is off, so 192.168.1.5 with a gateway of 192.168.1.2. I have my preferred DNS, which will be my domain server address, which is 1.8. Then I click on OK. Now I'll close. It's trying to identify. So now it's done. It says unidentified network. Now let's see whether the Windows 10 can be able to communicate with the server. So Windows R, then I'll type cmd simply for command prompt, then I'll ping, so 192.168.1.8, which is the domain controller. So my Windows 10 is able to communicate with the domain controller. So let's see, can the domain controller communicate with the Windows 10? Windows R once again, cmd, I enter, so ping space 192.168.1.5, sorry, num key ping 192.168.1.5, enter. So we can see that the Windows 10 or the Windows 7 was able to communicate with the domain controller, but the domain controller is not able to reach the Windows 10. So we have to go back to our Windows 10, and then instead of turning off the firewall, we will not turn on the firewall, but rather we will configure the firewall to allow the packet to pass through. So go to the firewall. I am on my Windows 10, which is the client machine. Then I'll go to advanced settings, click on advanced settings, then I have to create an inbound rule, so inbound, then I'll go in for new rule, click on the new rule, then says which one, program port predefined custom, I'll use custom, then I'll move to next. All program, yes, move to next. Protocol, all protocol, then which IP address does this rule apply to? It says any, so let me use this. I have the net, which is 1.1.0/20. I'll use the entire network. So remote, repeat the same thing as a remote, 192.168.1.0/24. then I'll also click on OK, move to next. Allow the connection, next. On all, yes, next. The name, so let me name this one ICMP-DC. So I'll click on finish. Okay, we are done. Let's see, you can see that the inbound rule has been added. So now let's try again, command prompt from the Windows 10. So still Windows 10 is able to communicate with the domain controller. This time around, can domain controller reach Windows 10? Then you can see that now packet is going through. So the next thing that we need to do, since the two machines are communicating, we now have to go back to the Windows 10, and then we join the Windows 10 to the domain, which is the server. So where we went to change the computer name is where we have to go this time around. So this PC, right click, go to properties, then under this we are still interested in this same place, which is the computer name, domain, and work group settings. We click on change settings, then under it we have change, so click on change once again. Then we have here domain, so click select domain. We now enter the domain name. So the domain name that I'm using is egdev, Xdev, then I'll click on OK. I have to provide a domain name, which is the domain controller login. So I have the domain, which is xdev/the administrator, then provide a password of the administrator, then click on OK. Then wait. Let's see whether it will be able to resolve or be able to contact the domain controller. So wait. Okay, so it says welcome to xdev.com. So click on OK. Click on OK once again. Close. Restart. Yes. So whilst it's restarting, now let's take a look at the domain controller. Go to the server. Now let's see. Minimize command prompt. I'll close this one. Close this. Close here. Okay, now let's check something here. When we go to Tools, Active Directory, Users and Computers, click on it, and then we go to Computers. So there's it. Now these are the computers that have been joined to the domain controller. So any machine that we join to the domain controller under the domain, which is a server, the server will see those computers that have been joined to it. So you can see the domain controller here. We have the Win 10. Right, so now to create a user account using the same two Active Directory users and computers. So we have the user container, which is the users. When you click on it, we have some default user accounts here, groups, and then I have one user here by the name Kankam. So to create one, you just have to right click on the container, or you can equally right click inside, and then you go to the new. Under the new, we have options like computer contact groups and then etc. We can see we have users here, or we can equally right click on the users container, then we also go to the new, go for the new, and then we select what we want to do, user. Click on the user, then here we provide the details of the user that we want to create. So let's say I want to create a user account by the name Teo Darkon. So we have Teo, then the last name, which is Darkon. Then we have to provide a login name. So the login will be Teo@xdev. Then I'll move to next. Then it says we need to provide password. What password? This one will be a temporary password, so I have to input the password. So repeat. Okay, so we leave it on user must change password at next log on. Move to next and then click on finish. Okay, so this is how we use the Active Directory users and computers to create a user account. So if we right click on the Teo account, go to the properties, and then under the property, if you check for member of, we can see that this particular account is a domain user account, or is part of the domain users. And we cannot use this account, which is the TIO account, to log into the server because it doesn't have the right membership to for us to use that account to log into the domain or the server. So in this case, we can use this account to log into the Windows 10, but not on the server. Now let's check something here. Example, I'll just log out from this account, and then let's see whether I'll be able to log in as a TIO. So click, this say shutdown, no, let's say Windows L, let's log, not the main. Okay, so control insert, we have this, so I'll click on switch user account, and now let's see, to loading, control alt insert, other, we have active /TIO. Then we provide a password here, then we enter. It says user must change the password. Okay, let's see. So let's see, we confirm, let's see, then we click on enter. It says password has been changed. Okay, now we can see that we are saying the sign-in method you are trying to use isn't allowed. For more info, contact your administrator. Okay, so we can see we tried using the TIO to log in into this account, but we were not able. Okay, so now let's go to our Windows 10 to see whether we can log in from this side as TIO. So we use this one. Since we have joined this machine to the domain, we have to use the domain details here. So I have the domain name active / the account name TIO, and the password. Bear in mind that the password has been changed. So this is it. So we have been able to use the same account that we use on the DC. On the Windows 10 is working, but on the DC it failed to work. So now let's check for the administrator, and then let's see. So we go back to the Active Directory users and computers. I want us to check for the membership of the administrator. So here you go to member of, you can see that the administrator is part of the administrator group, is part of the domain admins, is also part of the domain users. We have the enterprise admins, we have the group policy creators, we have the schema. So if you want an account to be able to have certain right in terms of administrative right, you have to know what you want the account to have access to, the kind of groups that you want that account to be part. So if you want to also know the rows or the rows of these accounts, you have the description here. So if we double click on enterprise admin, and then description says designated administrator for the enterprise. We have for the designated for administrators on the domain, and then etc here. Okay, now the next thing is using the administrative center. So still we go to tools and the server manager. We have administrative center. We launch that one. Then let's see, wait for it to load. Okay, so we can see that there is a welcome to administrative center. We can learn about that. Use Active Directory Administrative Center to manage IT tasks. PowerShell is there. Find answers on Active Directory forum, dynamic access control, and etc here. If we click on, we have the domain, and the domain we have options like this, the built-in what we have the built-in computers and an etc. So I have this. When I click on the users, this is what I have. I have the users that have been created, the one that came with the operating system, everything is here. So the recent one, the last one that I created was Tio, so we can see that Tio is also being seen here. Right, so when you click on it, we can even view the properties of Tio from this side. We can reset password for Tio from here. We can also view the resultant password settings. We can add Tio to a group from this side. We can disable, we can delete, we can move. We can also view the properties of Tio. So if we click on properties, we have this, the account, we have organization, we have member of, password settings, profile, and then the rest follows. So here there's it. We can also specify log on hours, right? So if I click on log on hours, this is what we have here. Log on time, so from what time to what time can Tio log on. We can, if you want to put certain measures in place, we can look at the time that work start, what kind of responsibility does Tio handles within the organization, right? So we know that on a normal day, work starts at 8 and then closes at, let's say, 5. So we can decide, okay, on Tio supposed to access his account from 8 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the PM. So what we have to do here is we have here where the blue says log on permitted, white says log on what, deny. So we have Sunday. From Sunday we don't work, so we select from Sunday from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then we select on deny. Then we come to Monday from what time? From 12 to 8. From 12 to 8 up to Saturday a.m. we don't also work from that time, so we deny. Then we Saturday, from Saturday to, we don't work, we deny. Then from what time? We close at 5, so Monday 5 p.m. till 12 p.m. work is not in section, so we deny that one. So we can see that we have from Monday 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. throughout, from Monday to what, Friday. So in this case, if I click on this, okay, meaning Tio can only log in from 8. When it's even 7:59, he cannot access. So we can also specify the kind of machine that you can log onto. So I have all computers here. We can be specific here. When we select the following, we can even type the name of that, and then let's see. So we have win -10. Let's see whether we see that one. Then we add. So there is it. We add. Then we can click on OK, meaning that this computer will be the only computer that you have to use. So we can also set that one here, and then we can also make adjustment on the account. So basically this is it. To use the administrative to also manage. So I'll click on OK. To also create a user account, the same thing. You can come here under the users. We have new here. You can just click on new. We have what user, and then we just provide the following, right? So basically this, you provide the first name, initial, last name. Then you also have to provide the login credential with password. We can protect account from accidental deletion. We can also set expiring date on the account, and then we can also add certain additional information to the account. So basically this is it. Thanks for watching this video. We'll come back again with a group policy setting, how to use the group policy tool to create a policy, and we'll also be looking at a certificate, Active Directory certificate, later. Thank you for watching today's section. Bye.